Welcome back, everyone. This is McGrogan, and today I am going to be making a requested video. To date, my by far the favorite video I've ever made was the building type comparison. Everybody loved that video. Today we are going to make the Prometheus version of that video. I'm not going to go recreate the original 8. I'll add a link so you can go back and watch the original video if you'd like. But what I am going to do is use the 3 new building materials to build the same type of building so you can see what it is, what it's like, what the differences are. What I'm doing, I'm going to try to build pretty much the exact same buildings I built before, a 2x2 with a porch. So what I've done so far here, I just laid it out, the spacing between them, so that again, it's just like it was. I'm not at my main base. If I were, well, there would be a creature deterrent for one thing. But I'm at a little auxiliary base because in Prometheus, if you haven't played Prometheus, the sky is like all kinds of funky colors in the different regions. It's like purple or green. But in the Arctic and Arctic tundra in this case, it's nice and clear, so you can see it here. So that's what I'm choosing to build here, even though it's not my main base. So through this video, I'll also tell you where you can find these materials because they're not all easy to get to. So there's your clay structure. I really do like the way it looks. I like this slate roof looking thing. Yeah, it's just a nice look. I really like it. Let's build out this one. So there you can see the Scoria brick looks a lot like the clay brick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill the guy. But it's got like a dark color to it. It's got, instead of like just orange colored, it's like orange and black. Okay, yep, I gotta kill this guy. So that was self-defense. All right, anyway. So it's got this like burnt look to it, which makes sense because it comes from the volcanic region. So that is where you find this, is in the volcanic region, and you need and also with the clay, you need a sledgehammer to extract it, not the pick. But there is also a trick to getting it where you don't have to go to the volcanic regions or to the volcanic biome, and I will show you that. So as you're probably starting to notice, it's got a very rough appearance to it, in that it's very similar to stone, but rougher and darker. So that building over there, that's stone. That's the regular stone. And this one is scoria. It's like all pitted. Like, I mean, it's volcanic rock. So it's cool. So let me show you these in the tree real quick. So in the tech tree, if we go to tier 2, you have the Scoria building set. So it's tier 2. All you need is a masonry bench. It's not difficult to build at all. In tier 3, that's where we add the scoria brick and the clay brick. And if you haven't played in a bit, they've bundled them together. It used to be you had to choose, floors and walls and ramps and everything all separately. You had to spend skill points on all of them separately. You don't anymore. There's a base set that has everything you need for a standard building, and then there's an advanced set which gives you half pieces, half pitches, and roof corners as well. So in some building styles, they also have a trim set. None of these new ones do. So that's these like doors and windows and things. These new sets don't have those, but they did add with Prometheus this steel barred building trim set, which looks incredibly good. That's what I'm going to make here in a minute. I'll throw them on all the buildings, and you'll get to see what that looks like. All right, this is clay. So this is what clay looks like. You'll notice the symbol is different there because you can't mine it with a pick. I hit it with a pick, nothing happens, still red. What you need is a sledgehammer. In this case, I have a cold steel sledgehammer, which, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom. So one thing with, and I'm saying 1, 2, 3 because with clay, often if you don't grab it immediately, it will fall under this rock, its host rock, if you will, and then you can't get it. I feel like that's a bug, but it's real. And in general, it usually takes 3 hits. Oh, see, there went one right there. So we couldn't get it. Now, you may have noticed if you were watching the side there that we were getting frozen ore as well. I may have already told you about frozen ore, but so look over there. We got 6 clay and 2 frozen ore. So 6 clay, 2 frozen ore. Frozen ore, if I haven't told you about it already, I will tell you about it shortly, but it is how you get a lot of materials really easily. Especially scoria and obsidian, even when you're not in a volcanic biome. So I'll show you how that's done here in a little bit as soon as I get back to my base. But the first step is using a cold steel hammer or cold steel pick to get frozen ore. Okay, so I said I would show you how to convert frozen ore into scoria. Well, it's not exactly turning it into scoria. But okay, so what I've done, I've taken a set of frozen ore and I've thrown it in my furnace. In this case, I'm using an electric furnace. I know it works with a concrete furnace. I don't think I've tried it with anything lower yet. But all we do, we turn it on, and boom, scoria, sulfur, coal, iron. It's like a grab bag. You get all sorts of stuff, super cooled ice, obsidian, aluminum. Look at all the cool stuff you're getting. It's like, it's one of my favorite things now, is just getting that look at all the materials you're getting. Off of 150 stack of frozen ore. I mean, look at it all. So, yeah, so that's how you can get scoria. That's how you can get obsidian without having gone to the right climate or the right biome. But then it also, I mean, if you can't, you're in a place where you've used up all the silica, but there's a lot of oxide. Well, mine the oxide, get the frozen ore with it, and you'll get some silica. I mean, I got 20 silica off of 50 frozen ore. Off of 50, all of this came off of 50 frozen ore. I mean, look at that. I mean, you've got iron, gold, silica, copper. I mean, iron, gold, and copper. Come on, those are 3 of the, you need those forever and ever and ever. Aluminum can be hard to find sometime. We've got a whole bunch of aluminum, silica, sulfur. Of course, scoria and obsidian. We got the coal you'd also need to make steel. What you don't get platinum, you don't get titanium, you don't get oxide, you don't get salt. but you get just about every other mineable substance, including supercooled ice. Supercooled ice plus steel, so your iron plus your coal gives you steel. Steel plus supercooled ice gives you cold steel, which is what you'd need for things like the cold steel tools, which you'll see I have like a whole set of cold steel. I love cold steel. I think you're really gonna like the look of this. So let's go with, let's put the windows in this guy. Come on. And yes, I know I'm moving faster than you can actually look at it on purpose, because I want to have a little bit of a reveal for you after we put these things in place. I mean, you can kind of start seeing them now. It's this awesome wrought iron look, but here we go. I mean, check it out. Oh, right as the sun's coming out. Now, is that a perfect reveal or what? So you've got this wrought iron and refined wood. I mean, it just looks awesome on the brick. I mean, look at that. If you're looking for a gothic vibe, I mean, there you go. That looks awesome. So now let's do the same thing to these others. And one thing you might notice about these is that they run into the posts really nicely. It meets up at the corner really nice. Now, if you have two beside each other, there is still a little gap, so that's unfortunate. But like in a case like this, there's no gap. So I mean, I mean, look at it. Look at it. Great. And yes, the windows do still open. And you know, I said they're made with, I said wrought iron. It's actually, oh, got to take care of him first. To build them, all you need is steel and refined wood. You don't need glass, which is surprising, but welcome. Because certainly in the earlier parts of the game, glass can be difficult to have enough. Okay, so now you'll get to see it in the snow too. Our little winter wonderland. But there you go. Our nice little comparison of, we've got Scoria over here with like a volcanic rock. It's really dark, it's pocked, it looks very weathered, kind of cool looking. Then we've got the Scoria Brick. You know, it's like a burnt look. Also a little pocked. It's just looking cool. And then over here we have the clay brick, which looks like a classic house. I mean, just a classic brick house. Awesome, with a clay roof. Although now you can't see the roofs because they're getting covered in snow, as is the front porch. Yeah, so there you have it. Now let me show you another thing too. Okay. So if we look at like a regular stone wall, you get 6 insulation and 100% falling tree resistance, okay? So you would expect that that's kind of the baseline and that the others get better than that. Well, if we look, so we'll just look at the wall, compare the walls. Okay, clay brick is only 3 insulation and 50% falling tree resistance. So it's half as secure as regular stone. And then Scoria is 10 and 100. So more insulation, same falling resistance. And then Scoria Brick is same as clay brick, 350-50. So you might ask yourself, well, why would you use clay brick then, or Scoria Brick, if they don't provide as much protection as like stone, for instance? Well, one reason is look what it takes to make the clay brick wall. Clay bricks and tree sap. And what does it take to make clay bricks? Clay, and I think water, and that's it. So if you have clay and trees to get tree sap from, you can make a clay brick wall. Where a stone wall requires wood, stone, leather, and iron. Importantly, iron. You don't need any iron to make a clay brick wall. So that's a big distinction there. A lot easier to build, and the other big reason to do it, well, it just looks cool. If we run over to our like clay house, ooh, getting a lot of snow. I mean, look at this. They even put like bolts on the various. Well, the snow's kind of showing through there. They put bolts on the beam. I mean, look at them. Look at the bolts. The bolts even cast shadows. They put bolts on the beams. I mean, I just love this one. They did such a good job. And if we go over to Scoria Brick, I believe it's the same. Yeah, you've got the bolts. I mean, it just looks incredible. I really like it. So aesthetics is also a reason to choose this. So I think that might be it for this video. Let me know what you think. I've got several others in the works. I've been making a bit of a clay village. It's almost complete. I'm gonna make a fishing village, like a cool fishing village. That'll be coming here in the next couple weeks as well. So stay tuned. Like and subscribe, comment if you like the content, and I'll keep it coming. So in the meantime, enjoy Icarus and try to survive.